Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick and I'm a top podder on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. This is the place to go for high quality, free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. In this video, I will be speaking about USDJPY. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect of this market. Then we will move to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, so the COT data, which is what the non-commercials, so the biggest speculators in the market are doing. So essentially the big players in the market, so hedge funds. And by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we currently have a market which is testing a quite strong level of previous monthly resistance, which was turned support here. The market rejected it to the upside. Again, here was tested and rejected, and at the moment we're testing the exact same level of support, which we could expect the market to potentially once again reject to the upside. So bullish price action could be expected based on structure here on the monthly time frame. Now, if we drop down on the weekly, what do we have? Now, here in the weekly, we can see how this area has been respected quite precisely from a weekly perspective. Here, it was tested precisely and rejected. Here is well tested and rejected. Here is well tested and rejected. Here we had a fake breakout to the downside. However, once again, is currently getting respected quite precisely. So from here, we could expect a bit of bullish price action to be created. We can also notice how if we look at the movement, we had an impulse followed by a correction. If we want to measure this correction after this impulse, we have to take our Fibonacci from the low to the high of the impulse leg. And if we do that, we can see how the market currently just tested exactly the 0.618 golden ratio, which is lining up perfectly with this support, from which a potential rejection to the upside could be expected. Now, if we drop down on the daily time frame, what do we see? From a daily perspective, we can see how we did have the creation of this W formation. Now, after a W, what you would expect is first a potential completion at the neckline and then more bullish price action to be created, which is exactly what the market did. And by the way, I did speak about USDJPY a couple of times in the past few days. I first spoke about it when we were here. I explained all the reasons for which we could expect this potential rejection lower. And then from here, I made another breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we could expect a potential rejection to the upside, which is exactly what the market is currently giving us. And by the way, I will link in description both these previous analysis, so you can go and check them out for more free education. Now, before we continue here with our analysis from a daily perspective, we first need to go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, especially for the JPY. We have to keep in mind that if we're checking the data for the JPY, we're actually checking JPY USD because all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. So by checking the data on the JPY, we are actually already checking JPY USD, meaning that if we want information on USDJPY, we simply have to reverse everything that we are reading here. And what we can see is that we went from having the high of minus 20k net positions all the way down to now currently having minus 53k net positions. So slowly net positions are getting decreased on the JPY, which is making the JPY weaker in the long term, meaning that there is the possibility to see bullish price action getting developed here. However, it is incredibly important to understand that this level needs to be broken to the upside in order for the market to continue, because this is quite strong previous daily support now turned resistance. Until the market from a daily perspective will remain below this zone, we don't have anything interesting because the best probabilities in the market come when all the time frames are showing the same direction. Now, in this case, as we have previously seen, the monthly looks bullish, the weekly looks bullish. However, on the daily, we currently still have resistance, meaning that we need to see this daily resistance be broken to the upside before anything interesting could happen here on USDJPY. So only if we get a break above this resistance, at that point, all this previous resistance would become support here. And on the retest of the previous resistance turn support, this is where we would have quite interesting price action and structure for a potential rejection to the upside. So if we do get the break on the retest how we could be approaching this potential rejection to the upside. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for a potential rejection to the upside for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you don't know what I'm speaking about when I say valid entries and these kind of things, you want to learn more, I really suggest that you go and check out transparentfxtrading.com. Here you have the possibility to gain access to my entire course with all the rules of the strategies. You also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one private mentoring, the VIP market breakdowns with the Telegram signal, the COT data software, which is the one that we use precisely in this analysis, the trading station software, which puts together everything you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you scroll lower here, past the testimonials, you will see that you have the possibility at the moment to gain completely free access to the mentorship program by following these 3 easy steps. So I really suggest that at least you go and check it out at transparentfxtrading.com. The link is also in the description and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free analysis, education, and updates for all of you. And I will see you in my next breakdown.